Yo, what's going on, guys? I have had some great results with this store that I've been scaling. And today I want to break down the actual store style that I use, the funnel, the breakdown, and everything that makes a good store profitable and a store that you can actually use to scale. So, been testing this product and a couple different products like this for some time. And on the 19th, we did pretty good with, we did 800, almost $900 revenue. On the 20th, we did $1,300 revenue. On the 21st, we did $2,400, $2,400 in revenue. And then yesterday, I made a small tweak with the ads, and they just right under 2,000. Today, right now, I don't even know what time is it. What is it? 3:30 right now. We're already at $1,700 for the day, and I had a late start to the day because my ads weren't spending. So today's gonna be obviously another $2,000 day, probably closer to 3,000. And I want to give you guys the actual store format and everything, all the details. Um, Basically breaking down what I'm able to do and how I was able to actually accomplish this. So this is quite literally the exact same store format I use for every single one of my stores. But I've tweaked a few different things that have quite literally drastically improved my overall conversion rate, how professional my store looks, which obviously leads to more people buying. So I'm going to break that all down for you. And if you don't have some of these core and important features to your store, there's a good chance you're not going to be profitable. So one of the first things that's super important, forget about the picture and the hero section and all that stuff, is the offer and bundle. Right away after someone watches one of your ads, the first thing they'd like to look at is the actual price of the product and how your offer is structured. I cannot tell you how many times I click on a link or I look at competitors' pages and I see that they have one product, one offer, and they don't have any upsells, any bundles, anything like that. I highly, highly recommend you guys seriously take a look at your store and ensure that you can have people have the option of spending more money. And one of the things that I've been able to do is increase my average order value, which is so, so important. So one of my main products right now, I'm selling for like 39 bucks, but my average order value is quite literally double that, almost double that, which is super, super important. Also, the product pages and product images matter a lot. I'm going to teach you guys actually how to create these super high converting product images. The goal for me is to ensure that the customer doesn't even really need to scroll to get all the information they need to make a buying decision. So one of the first things I like to do is create the product and throw it right into a bundle. Now, personally, I like using the tool Rappi to create my bundles and AOV. One of the really cool things about Rappi and why I prefer this over other bundler tools is that they actually allow you to run split tests. So you can actually split test your offers. So if you want to do a buy one, buy two, get one free, buy three, get two free, or you want to do like a buy one, get one free, buy two, get two free, buy, three, get one free, like whatever, you can split test different bundles, which is really cool. And I just like the customability of Rappi, the color schemes, how you can actually add free gifts. So if I go here and I go to offers, you can create separate offers, obviously. This is where you can throw in an image. I always recommend, by the way, if you're going to use something like this, that you ensure that you put the quantity break as well. People sometimes get confused, surprisingly. Like, for example, when you say buy two, get one free, for some reason, people think you're only getting two, or they might actually have questions about it. So it's important that you have this feature here, which is add quantity widget, which it clearly indicate how many pieces of the product that you're getting, which is really cool. Subscriptions as well for my people out there that like supplements, right? If you're selling with supplements, something really cool that Rappi actually integrates with is the ability to subscribe and save, and I have auto reveals by the click of a button. So you can pair this with any subscription-based tool, and it actually integrates really well with Rappi. And it's super important that this is all colored and branded and themed to fit your product and your store. The goal here, guys, is to do branded drop shipping, right? Your product should feel like it's a high quality product from a legitimate brand. And that's one of the biggest differences that I've made over the last few months of drop shipping. Before, I just throw up a product on a page and not really put together a good color scheme and have high quality images. Later in this video, I'll show you also how I generate these really good product images as well. Now, once you do all that stuff, I also recommend you create some type of free gift with one of your bundle offers. People enjoy getting additional gifts. And the goal here with creating good offers is to make it feel like a no-brainer. So something I like to do is generate, depending on the product, some type of ebook, right? So some type of ebook. Other times I'll give out other like additional additives, things that pair well with the main product that I'm selling. And you can easily do this by going into the offer tab. And then if you just scroll under here, you can see here that you can add a free gift. and you just click the products you want, and it all gets added into your offer, which is pretty cool. So I use Rappi all the time. Something else as well, which is really important, is I like to round up with pricing to make everything look really clean. So Rappi allows you to obviously have that setting and that feature. And for some people, I've seen a lot of other stores start to implement this too, is where they'll add the unit show price per item. And then they also allow you to do both too. So if you want to see the total unit price per item and the total price as well, some products that actually make sense. But for me personally, I like to spend a lot of my time, or in most stores, just kind of having it just like this. Make it really simple to do. Do this, and then I also recommend split testing offers as well, because literally the difference between a good offer and a sub good offer, or like a subpar offer, could literally be 2, 3, 4 times the amount of money that you're making. So I'm literally profitable every single day with my store, simply because I'm getting customers to spend more money, because when prompted with a good offer that's easily presentable on your store, people are more likely to spend that money. So it's really cool. And the great thing about it is something like Rappi, you can actually sign up and save some money. I'll leave a link in the description if you guys want to sign up with Rappi, create those really good offers, and get people to spend more money. The very next important element to this all is the product page. So like I mentioned, I don't want my customers to feel like they need to scroll on my website to get the answers that they need, right? So a lot of the times I use my product images to do this selling for me. So first off, I always recommend the offer be the hero page. Most people that are going to see your store are going to see it mobile like this. And if I immediately land on your page and I see a good offer, for a lot of people, that's enough to get them to scroll a little bit and buy. Now, additionally, what I also like to do is also answer any objections and risk reversal. So my second image a lot of the times is a money back guarantee. People need to feel comfortable in their decision, and more people nowadays know what dropshipping is, and they're always afraid of getting scammed on these websites. So it's important that you have some type of risk reversal, like a money back guarantee. Also, really important to give like quick information about the product. In this case, it's a supplement, right? This is the Shilajit honey for women. This is supposed to give more sex drive, more energy. It's supposed to help with a whole bunch of other stuff. And it has great minerals like iron and magnesium. So I want them, the customer, to be able to scroll and get these quick facts, which by the way should also be in your ad at some point, but this is also going to give them more of a buying decision. All this is done with AI images, right? And this looks and feels like a real branded store because the product images reflect that. Case studies is also really important as well. So what I would do to create these really cool, high quality product images is I would find a competitor in the space. So She Vitality is a brand that sells a cellulite relief kit. And I really like how their product images look, right? This is really, really cool. So I want to do something like that for my brand. So the first thing I would do is take a screenshot of this, and then I'm going to go into a tool called Higgsfield, and I'm going to upload the image, and I'm going to tell it, hey, take my product and take the inspiration from the competitor's product image and recreate it for my brand, and make sure you provide this information. So I'll show you an example of what I mean. All right, so this is quite not the same product, but let's say this neck massager. Let's use this for an example. So I'm gonna actually find a basic product image of this, which this would be perfect. And I'm gonna take a screenshot of this as well. So I need the main competitor's product card image, and then I need a basic stock photo image of the product that I'm looking to recreate and mimic. And this is what I mean, right? So I'm a brand owner looking to sell a neck massager, which is image 2, but I want to create a 2000 by 2000 pixel product card using image 2. Actually, that's a mistake. I'm a brand owner looking to, so it'd be image 1. Right, so that's a reference to this image here, and this is image 2. So I want to create a 2000 by 2000 pixel product card using image 2. Take the knowledge and information you know about neck massagers, like the one I provided in image 1, and use image 2 to recreate it with its own copy and messaging that aligns with my product, and use a royal blue as a brand color. Once you do that, create a script in Higgsfield to create this image. So we'll throw that in there, and it's going to give us a script that we can now use in Higgsfield. So it's gonna boom, boom, boom. So you just want to read it real quick. 90% of people struggle with neck tension until now. And then make sure everything is good. Royal blue box, boom, reveals neck stiffness. Awesome. So now it gives me the copy and everything I need for this product card, which is pretty good. And now I can just copy here. Well, let me actually wait for it to finish. Let's copy that. And then we could just go into Higgsfield. There's a couple different options with Higgsfield. I would like personally Nana Banana. And then what I would recommend doing as well is uploading the same 2 images as well. Then you could put the script in, and then boom, give it a second to generate. Sometimes as well, I'll try Flux Content Max. And then ChatGPT is also still really good for this. It takes a little bit longer. So I'll also create a product image generation in ChatGPT while I wait for those to generate as well. So I'll say create an image and then paste the same code in. If you just repaste the same code in, sometimes ChatGPT won't think to generate an image. So I always say create an image and then paste the same prompt they just gave me. And now we just wait a few seconds. Actually, we don't have to wait that much longer. Boom. So we have this here. Now, it did not, with Flux Context, it's not always the best when it comes to being intelligent. um, Now, I will say I should have prompted the ChatGPT prompt to like remove certain things or add certain things. So this isn't bad to start off. Let's see what Nana Banana generates, and let's also see what ChatGPT generates here. But as you can see, with a prompt and script like this, obviously provide maybe a little bit more context. Like probably I should have said, hey, also do not generate a oil bottle or something like that. Maybe I could have said that as well. But as you can see here, once you prompt it properly, you can now go find a competitor's brand, look at their product cards, and you can use the inspiration for that and use this for any product, by the way. And now you can create these super, super sick product card images that you can then use to make your brand look way more professional. Okay, ChatGPT is generating this. So again, you might be wondering, well, Alex, if ChatGPT can do this, do I also need Higgsfield? Absolutely not. You don't need them. I personally like using both. Let's see what ChatGPT generated. So Nano Banana generated something pretty solid too. So you can compare the two. I mostly use Higgsfield for like realistic product images for other products and also people as well. That's where ChatGPT loses to Higgsfield. But because I have the two, I like to test them. But boom, here you go. So now what I would do is I would go in and just do the same thing again with their other product cards. Again, it makes the most sense to find a successful brand in the space that is doing really good numbers and find their product card images and then replicate that for your product as well. But that's how I create these super, super cool product images that really matter a lot. Now, as far as the rest of the page goes, once you have really good images, you have a good opening header, which by the way, I highly recommend that you have something about shipping clear on the page. That's one of the first questions a lot of people like to ask. So I either have same day shipping because if I have a private supplier, so they supply supplements a lot of times, so they'll ship same day. So my customers will get products in the next week when it comes to supplements. Now, if I'm drop shipping something else, instead of saying same day shipping, I'll say like 60. I'll reiterate the money back guarantee, right? I'll say 30, 60, 90-day money back guarantee. Three headliner for sure. Definitely recommend that. By the way, the theme that I'm using is the Shrine theme. You do not need to use this theme by any means, but it definitely is one of the better themes. Something else I like to do is have like some type of realistic looking customer review at the bottom here, all generated with AI, by the way. Product details, shipping, giving people a heads up on the shipping speeds and the refund policy. And then these are images. So this is where Higgsfield comes back into play here. This image here, stuff like this is generated through Higgsfield. Now, some of these people are real. Like this person's just taken from a video. But we want to show people holding the product, right? One of the important things about building a successful store, and it took me a little longer to know this, but people need to see people holding the product it doesn't matter what the product is. They need to see people using it or holding it. So this is all with, most of these pictures are with AI, and then I weaved in a couple pictures of actual real people, but this is AI, this is real, this is AI. So this is where Higgsfield really comes into play. So we're going to go back to ChatGPT, and we're going to upload our main product. And then we're going to say something along the lines of, I want to generate some realistic images of people using / holding my product. Please give me 10 concepts in which we can have realistic, almost customer reviewed like images of people handling my product. So first, I want to just create some concepts, right? What is it? What's a concept? Concepts are different than obviously scripts and prompts because prompts actually give the AI exactly what to do. Concepts, it's going to help us come up with ideas of how we actually want people to look realistic holding this. So they're going to say living room, work from relief, and it's going to be like a young woman, blah, blah, blah. So now what I want to do is I'm going to say, okay, I like concept number one. So what I'll do is say, hey, take concept one and turn it into a ChatGPT script that I can use to generate a realistic 9 by 16 image. And then it's going to give me a nice prompt here. And then we could again use ChatGPT, which takes a little longer, but we're also going to use Higgsfield as well. This is where Higgsfield really comes into place here. So I'm going to say generate an image and then let that cook. And then I'm going to go in Higgsfield here. I'm going to delete the second image, and then I'm just going to paste this in. I'm going to change the formatting to 9 by 16. And then I'm just going to hit paste with context. I'm going to use Nana Banana. Do that as well. Hit paste there. And then Higgsfield Soul, unfortunately, is really good, but it doesn't allow you to add pictures and also text prompts. So actually, Higgsfield Soul is the best, but boom, look at that. Right? So with Flux Context is pretty good too. So boom, in a matter of seconds, right? ChatGPT is still generating their image. But Higgsfield, look how quickly that generated. And this looks pretty solid. So Higgsfield Soul is actually the best for generating realistic people, but they don't allow you to use images and text. So it's not really good at like understanding products. It's really good at generating people, but it's not good at understanding products. So if I hit enter here and we try to generate a 9 by 16, it's going to generate someone and they're going to look realistic, but the product is going to look a little wonky. So that's why I like to use Flux. But boom, look at this. Now I can throw this picture. You know, if you want to tweak it or adjust it, you can definitely do that. But now I can throw this picture on my website and make it look like a realistic person holding my product. Now, why stop there, right? Let's go and tell ChatGPT. Oh, actually, we have to wait for it to still generate the image. But I was going to say we can tell it to generate concept 2 as well. But let's see. We'll wait in the meantime here, and we're going to get back some really dope images that we can use to add on our website. And this matters, guys, right? Like what's taken me to 2K a day is the realism of my website and how it authentically feels. And I use the same exact structure for all my videos or search for all my products. So I'll duplicate this exact store and throw into other stores, other products, and it works every time. And the reason why it works and why I want you to understand why it works is because there's these core elements that are super important for a winning store, right? You need social proof. You need to clearly explain your offer, the benefits. Something that I was testing with as well is having social proof from an outside source, right? This is AI generated, but we make it seem like a sophisticated doctor or professional is verifying our product. This is also really important, right? People need to feel like, okay, first off, am I even going to get the product? Right? People will trust your website a lot more if they see multiple screenshots and slideshows of people holding it and making it look super realistic. Let's see if, okay, see, like this person looks really good. The problem is the product doesn't. And Higgsfield Soul isn't good at generating products. They're really good at generating people. So that's why Flux Context or whatever is a lot of times way better. So honestly, for now, this is perfect. And then I like to always generate like one or two. Honestly, I would use this. I think this is perfect. I would use this for my website right away. All right, so some other key benefits of a good store. The rest of this doesn't matter too much, but it's kind of just reiterating and using copy to get people sold in, right? So I like to use GIFs, right? It's always important to have at least one or two GIFs on your store. You don't want too many GIFs on your store because you don't want your store slowing down. But I recommend at least one or two GIFs of someone actually using the product. So again, it feels like, oh, I'm going to get this product if I order from the store. And it's like other people have talked about and used it. It just gives it more social proof. Biggest like objections, right? I want to answer questions and provide more insight. So people at this point, most people are not going to be scrolling this far past the website, but it's still good to have that there. And then this is where I use Higgsfield Soul for sure. So I can go in and I can go to Higgsfield Soul and I could just type in a simple prompt like generate a picture of an attractive woman in her 30s smiling as she sits on her couch on a warm summer day. Right? I could even change that to like 1 by 1. That's going to generate. So this is also important to make it seem like real like testimonials. And this is important, right? Like, why are you generating these images? Why are you making the brand and the store look so real? Well, for one, we want people to feel safe and secure when they land on your website. 2, we want people to spend more money, right? People feel more comfortable spending more money when they feel like there is more justification in their purchase, which a lot of the times is social proof. And obviously, a bundle helps a lot. It's also important as well, so you don't have to worry about other people, other competitors just simply copying you or you copying other competitors, and then your store not performing as well as it could or should simply because you're just replicating what other people are doing. So nowadays, I focus on creating a lot of my own stuff. This is obviously a video I just pulled from TikTok. When it comes to GIFs and all that stuff, don't worry about that. You can rep that, but try to have as much of your own original content on your page so people can't just come along, copy exactly what you're doing, or even worse, you're copying somebody else and you're behind the eight ball and you're wondering why things aren't working for you. And then normally I would have some reviews at the bottom too. That's not too necessary because you have testimonials here. You have like stuff like this as well. But you can also throw in reviews. I highly recommend if you do throw in reviews, and this is honestly how I would add reviews to a store like this. So I would use this app here, LAI Product Reviews. It allows you to import Amazon reviews directly on your store of the same exact product. It could be Aliexpress, DSers, Etsy, Amazon, obviously. And I would literally throw that in there as well. I'd go to like an Amazon listing of my product and then throw it in there on my website so it would populate at the bottom of my store. And real quick to go back to the realistic generation of Higgsfield sole, as you can see here, like I really like Higgsfield sole because the skin of the person doesn't look so smooth and perfect like it does with ChatGPT. And if you really want to be descriptive, you can even say like have blemishes and marks on their skin to make it look more realistic. But as you can see here, Higgsfield sole generates these like really cool, really realistic looking images that you would realistically think this is a real person that just took a photo on their phone with a selfie. Yeah, and that's honestly what I would do to make my store look and feel as real and authentic as possible, is generating these super realistic images and making it seem like someone's actually holding and using my product. Now, if you're going to do the product generated images, make sure you use Nano Banana or Flux Context. And then if you're just doing these like basic bare minimum, I would definitely use Higgsfield sole for that. I promise you guys, it's actually not that hard. Focus on getting people to spend more money with bundling. Highly, highly recommend you have some type of bundling tool like Rappi. Focus on generating those high quality images. ChatGPT is good, but Higgsfield takes it to the next level. And focus on just having, some GIFs and some other like kind of social proof along with your product cards being super, super dialed in. And that's honestly all you really need, with some reviews at the bottom to really take your store to the next level. So I'm super excited to continue to share my journey with you guys. If you've been seeing me on your YouTube feed and you haven't subscribed already, you should. I started my journey earlier this year, in like late February or so, and to see where I am now is pretty impressive. And I feel like I'm just getting started. So a lot more to share with you guys. Plan on scaling this particular brand to 10K a day in revenue pretty soon, hopefully sometime next week as we get ready to launch into Q4. So that being said, I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.